Hello my friends, it's Dick Hellman again to tell you that it's Israel Calling, our third day of our study and action mission to Israel, the Merkel Study and Action Mission. And now, as you'll see in the background, we are on the Golan Heights. And behind me, you'll see not far away is Syria, the towns of Syria, and in the foreground, some of the tanks that figured in the battles 40 years ago in the Yom Kippur War, the October War, in which Israel almost was eclipsed by the invading armies from Syria, here from the north, and from Egypt coming through the Sinai from the south. We are here to study the lessons of that war, and we have seen the films, the battle footage of Colonel Avigdor Kahalani and his brave defense of the state of Israel as he commanded the few armored forces that were able to be here. It was down to 40 Israeli tanks, some of them from America, some of them from Britain, and then down to 7 Israeli tanks, and it was against 400 and more Syrian tanks with another 600 behind them. And so these men bravely, some of them gave their lives, others were injured and wounded, but they defended Israel 40 years ago, even though they were attacked on the holiest day of year, Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, when all Jews in Israel were fasting and praying. So we are here, having come up to the Golan Heights, to say what a foolish idea it would be to give away this land of the Golan Heights, which is historically, archaeologically, biblically, anthropologically, and culturally Jewish land. This never was Arab land. In short, the British colonialists gave it, the British colonialists gave it to the French colonialists as a part of a deal for the oil fields of Kirkuk. That's how the Golan Heights became supposedly Syrian. It's not Syrian at all. And now it would be foolish and counterproductive even to U.S. national security interests for Israel to ever consider giving this to someone from Syria. Not to mention the question that who in Syria, to whom would they give it? To Bashar al-Assad, the dictator of Damascus, or to the radical Islamists from Al-Qaeda and other groups who are opposing Bashar al-Assad? It's a totally terrible idea. Israel can do what it wants. It's a free democracy. But God help us if the American government, if the White House and the State Department pressure Israel to give this land to Syria, down to the Golan Heights, right down to the Sea of Galilee. So I'm going to be coming back to you tomorrow with more information as we continue this unprecedented study and action mission to see how we can really frame policies that will replace the present failed policies of the State Department and the White House. Thanks again. I'll be back to you tomorrow when once again I'll tell you that it's Israel calling you and calling me, all to come here as soon as you can and see this beautiful, safe, and peaceful land, and help encourage the Israelis that if they believe that God gave them this land, we're behind them and they don't have to give it away. God bless you, and thanks again.